Hi ladies, thank you for joining Pilates with Elise. Welcome to my stretch and restore 30-minute video. This video will leave you feeling calm, lengthened and restored. Let's get stuck into it.
For this one today, we will need a large towel, soft mat, and some space so you can really feel the extensions. I'm going to take a big breath in. Exhale, tuck the chin to the chest. Go for a roll down, pull the ribs up into the body. Keep the knees soft and the weight coming forward. Relax the head, relax the arms. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, roll up vertebrae at a time, stacking the bones on top of each other. And take a nice big roll through the shoulders. Now we'll need our large towel. Place it down on the floor and we'll roll it up so it's quite long. As we stand up, we're going to come into a first position, heels together, toes apart to squeeze our glutes. Taking the arms out long and take them wide on the towel. Big breath in as the arms come up. And only go as far as you can as you take them back over the head. This is called a three-way pec stretch and is really nice for along the chest and the pectoral muscles. Good. Take it nice and slow. You can move your hands in if you feel like you need a little bit more of a stretch. Feel free to linger wherever you feel that deep connection in the chest. Remember to breathe, squeeze the glutes to protect the spine. Good, big breath in. And big breath out. Nice. We'll do that one more time. Take your time. Feel the stretch. And when we come back over, we're then going to let the towel go and we're going to safely come down into our 4-point kneel. We have our hands underneath our shoulders, our knees underneath our hips, chin slightly tucked in. We're going to go for cat stretch. Inhale. Exhale, pressing to the hands, round out the upper back. Inhale, back to neutral spine. Exhale, we're going to go for cow. So we lift the face and we lift the sit bones high. Back to neutral. Let's do that again. Exhale, reach the spine up to the ceiling. Press into the hands. Come back to neutral. Open the face. Just be gentle of the lower back here. And again, exhale. This is beautiful for in between the shoulder blades, or if you get a sore lower back as well. Back to neutral and round out the back. Arching, lifting the face. And back to neutral. We're going to go to downward dog, tucking the toes underneath you. Pressing the heels into the floor, taking some weight into your hands. Your sit bones go high to the ceiling. We don't want to overarch the back, so we want to try and keep the ribs drawn down to the hips, keeping shoulders and hips square and parallel. The aim of this exercise is to try and get the heels down to the floor, so you're feeling a really nice stretch along the back body, so the hamstrings and the calf muscles. Take a few breaths here. If you want to feel the calf muscles a little bit more, you can walk through the feet. So you press one heel down as you lift one up. This really gets into the back body. You can come out of this pose at any time. Just be careful as you come out, bend the knees and come back into rest pose if you like. May get a little bit too much on the wrists. Otherwise, keep walking through the feet. Press the heel further into the floor. Nice. And Nice. Press both heels into the floor. Extend the spine. Reach the sit bones higher. And we're going to hold the stretch here. Might feel nice to shut your eyes. Take a few breaths. Before we bend our knees, come back into your 4-point kneel. We're going to go for a hip flexor and quadricep stretch. So we'll bring one leg up. You can place your hands on the floor to do so if you need to. Our legs will be at 90 degrees. We squeeze the glutes, tuck the pelvis under. Now this might be enough for you today. You might feel that stretch up in the hip flexor and maybe in the quadricep, just depending on where you're tight. If you need a little bit more, you can wriggle that front foot forward and lunge a little bit deeper. Make sure the knee stays over the ankle at that right angle degree. If you need a little bit more, you can wriggle it forward and come a little bit further. Keep the glutes squeezed and the pelvis tucked under. Keep shoulders drawn back, chin slightly tucked in. Keep belly pulled up. And take your breaths. Before we release, come back up to center. Release the glutes. And we'll change to the other side. Placing the hands on the floor if you need to. Lengthening tall. So this side may feel a little different. Just depends if one side's tighter than the other. Remember to squeeze and tuck. And then if you need that little bit more, wriggle the foot forward. And go a little bit deeper into that lunge. Find where suits you best, what your body needs today. If it's too much, just come back into that 90. You don't always have to stretch hard out. It's nice to take it slow. And we'll come back. Then go into swan stretch. So tucking the toes, coming up to high plank. Take your right leg and bring it through underneath you. Flexing the front foot and then sliding the back leg behind you. Now your front foot doesn't have to be at that 90-degree angle. It can be in slightly, it just depends on the hips. But we want to bring that hip flexor up on top of the heel so that our hips are parallel with the floor. If you need a little bit more, just bring that foot, that front foot, up to the 90-degree angle as far as you can, and then square off the hips. Lift the chest high, draw the shoulders back, and we should be feeling this in the hip flexor or the opposite glute. Take a breath here. And if you need a little more, or you want to relax forward, coming down onto the elbows, you can make adjustments as the body needs, but take them slow. Don't fall out of anything. Don't do anything really fast. Hold here. Take a breath before we gently push ourselves up. Next, we're going to go for our quadricep stretch. So we reach the left hand and grab the left foot, if you can. Otherwise, stay in that swan stretch. Next, we're going to try half mermaid. So you press your foot into the crease of your elbow. This might be enough for you today with the spinal rotation. Or if you can find your balance, you can try full mermaid. So you release the right hand, lift it up and over the head. Then we try and grab the fingers If you can't grab the fingers, you can press that hand back down into the floor. This is quite intense on the spine, the quadricep and the hip flexor. So if you need to come back to half mermaid, that's completely fine. This also tests our balance. Gently release. Be careful of that knee inflection as you let it go. And we're going to sit in a 90 degree angle. You press your right hand behind you, squeeze your glutes, press your hips up to the ceiling. Take your left hand, swing it above the head. Good. Keep the glutes squeezed. If you need a little more, take an inhale. As you exhale, reach the arm behind you more and lift the chest to the ceiling. Open up. Good. This is a really open pose. Inhale. Exhale, bring it down. And let's change to the other side. So we'll go for swan, flexing that front foot, either at 90 or a little bit in. We reach the back leg long behind us, square the hips off to the floor, and lift the chest high. You may like to press into the hands to draw the shoulder blades back and down away from the ears. If you need that little bit more, you can pull that left leg up to that 90 degree angle. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, you can gently come down to the floor onto your elbows for a little bit more of a stretch, or even to just release off the arms. Keep the shoulders drawn down. Keep a slight connection through the belly. Keep reaching back with that back leg. And let your breath flow through your body. Take one last breath here in. And as you exhale, press yourself up. Reaching your right hand to take your right foot for a quadricep stretch. And if you'd like to try half mermaid, taking that foot into the crease of the elbow, lifting the chest high. You may need to wriggle around a little bit here. And if you can find your balance and have the rotation in the spine, you can try full mermaid. Lifting up high, increasing that stretch. Ooh, it's okay to fall over. And gently release the top hand, and then be careful of that back foot inflection. Release it behind you. Coming into the 90 position, taking your left hand behind you, squeezing your glutes, reaching your right hand up and over the head and behind you. Take a look down at the bottom hand. For a little more, take a big breath in. Exhale, reach the hand behind you and lift the chest to the ceiling. Draw the shoulders down. Squeeze the glutes. Feeling a stretch along the front body. And gently breathe in and exhale to bring it down. And we're going to come over onto our bottom, bringing the soles of the feet together for butterfly. Bring the heels into the pelvis, and you can gently press the elbows into the thighs, allowing the knees to drop down to the floor, opening up the hips. Be sure to release the hips and not hold on to any tension. Your breath will help with this as you inhale and exhale to let any tension go. Rolling up, we're gently going to move into half lotus. So this position can be done with your foot on the floor, on your calf muscle, or if you like, it can come up to that thigh. You want to flex the top foot, and we want to try and press the knee down to the bottom. You can reach forward to increase the stretch in the hips. Doesn't matter where you are, with your foot on your calf muscle or on the floor or on your thigh. You want to feel nice in this pose, not like it's a struggle. You want to open up the hips, release any tension. Take your breaths. You don't have to reach forward. You can sit up tall if you like. It's up to you and your body. Gently rolling up and change to the other side. So you have on the floor, on your calf muscle, or up on your thigh, flexing that top foot, drawing the knee down to the bottom foot, either reaching out to the side or reaching forward, or stay sitting tall. One side again might feel a little tighter than the other, and that's completely normal. You may need to focus on the tighter side a little more. Increase your breath a little more to let go of the tension. Allow the hips to open. As you gently take a seat. Next is wide leg pose, so you may need the towel for this one. If you struggle to get those legs straight, take a seat on the rolled up towel. You can have your knees bent or straight out in front of you, or no towel at all. We're going to reach the legs long, find a comfortable position here. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, walk the hands out in front of you, little bit by little bit, on each exhale. Inhale, exhale. Go as far as you like. Ensure to keep the knees rotated up to the ceiling and the feet relaxed. Last breath here, and gently walk yourself back up. We're going to take our right hand, reach it on the inside of the right leg, reach your left hand all the way around and rotate towards the corner. If it feels good, you can take your eye line up to that left hand. Then we're going to take an inhale. As you exhale, keep that rotation, keep your chest lifted high, and go for a side bend, coming into that lower back. We really want to try and keep that rotation with the chest high towards the ceiling, coming right down into the bottom of the hip. Gently release, and we'll try to the other side. Reaching the arm over and up to the corner. Keep your opposite hip pressing into the floor, knees rotated up to the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale, taking the arm over the head, keeping the chest rotated towards the ceiling. Reaching down the spine and into that lower back and upper hip region. Inhale. Exhale, gently coming up, and we'll reach down the middle. Rotate the knees. Let your breath release the tension. Don't hold on to the muscles. Let them go. Let them relax. Take your breaths You're allowed to move slightly, but remember, make sure it's gentle on the body. No sharp movements. Relax the feet. Relax the thighs. If you can, relax the head. Take your last breaths, inhale and exhale. Gently walking yourself up. And you may need to grab the legs or give them a little shake to bring them back into the middle. And give the knees a little cuddle. And we're going to come over into frog pose. So we take our knees wide, flexing through the feet, making sure the ankles are in line with the knees. You can stay up on your hands, or if you like, you can come down to your elbows. Now this stretch is quite intense on the inner thighs and upper hip region. So make sure you relax here. If this is too much, bring your toes together, knees wide, and come back to child's pose. Otherwise, to increase this stretch, you take your sit bones and you press into the arms and take your sit bones further back behind you. And then you can come forward and release. And press the bottom behind. And come forward and release. Keep the belly lifted. Keep pressing into the arms to squeeze the chest, so you're not sinking in those shoulders. Keep the chin tucked in and the neck in line with the spine. Try not to let the head drop too much. Take a breath here. Release the muscles. And to come out of this pose, take your toes together, knees wide, lengthen the arms. Come up into those hands and back into child's pose or rest pose. Reach the sit bones back towards the heels, press into the arms. We're going to come over onto our backs, getting into a comfortable position. And when you're ready, bringing your legs up one at a time, giving your knees a little cuddle into your chest. Keep the lower back lengthened, so the tailbone drawn down to the mat. Keep your chin slightly tucked in to elongate the back of the neck. And release. We're going to gently hold underneath the right knee. Lengthen the left leg along the ground. Bring the knee into the chest. And you can have a roll through that right ankle. And roll the other way. Release the joints. We're going to go into a hamstring stretch. So we're going to flex the foot. Grab where you need to, either at the ankle, the calf, or the hamstring. Bend the knee into the chest and have the foot parallel to the ceiling. We're then going to extend the leg from there. Now remember, the hands can be at the calf, the hamstring, or at the ankle. Or if you need to, you can grab your towel, place it around your foot, and stretch from there. You can move your leg closer to your body as you wish, or you can gently hold here. If you need, your knee can be bent slightly. Try to straighten it, even if that means taking the foot further away from the body. Take your breaths. Let's bend the knee into the chest and And we're going to stretch the leg. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, lengthen. Flex through the foot. Energy out of the heel. Let's do that again. Bend the knee. And stretch. You can roll through that ankle if you want a little bit more release in the joint. Hold here. And gently bend the knee back into the chest. Hold under the kneecap, so on the shin. Bring both knees into the chest. Release the shoulders. And we'll gently change to the other side. Lengthen the other leg long. Bring the knee into the chest. Keep reaching out of that bottom leg to get up into that hip flexor. Gently roll the ankle one way and the other way. Flexing the foot, taking the knee into the chest, the foot parallel to the ceiling. Remember, you can hold at your thigh, calf or ankle. As we extend from there. So wherever you need to take place, you may need to soften the knee a little bit. Otherwise, stretch into your body. Let your breath take over. Don't let the tension take over. Bend the knee into the chest. Stretch, press out of the heel, take energy out from the heel, draw the hip down and keep the opposite hip into the floor. Bend the knee into the chest. Remember, you can take your towel, stretch from here. And let's take a roll through the ankle. You can bend your knee again if you like. And stretch. Let's hold this stretch. Keep flexing through the foot. Gently bring that knee into the chest. And you can give both legs a cuddle. Next, we're going to take the soles of the feet together. Just wrap your hands around your ankles and open your knees by pressing the elbows into the thighs. Allow the hips to open before we move into happy baby pose. So you can either grab the soles of your feet or you can hold around your hamstrings or your thighs, taking your feet parallel and your knees up into your armpits. Draw your lower back down to the floor by pressing your tailbone down. Open up the hips. Might feel nice to shut your eyes. Inhale. Exhale, bring the soles of the feet back together. Open up the knees one more time. as you gently bring the feet down one at a time, soles of the feet together for butterfly pose. This might feel nice here for you, or you can bring your elbows up above your head and cross your arms. Let your knees draw down to the floor. Feel your hip joints open and breathe here. If this is painful on your lower back, just bring your knees up one at a time into the chest and give them a cuddle. If not, stay in your butterfly pose. Feel your breath fill your lungs to the side of the room. As you exhale, your waist gets smaller. Inhale, fill the lungs. Exhale. Now wherever you are, it might feel nice to turn your head from side to side, releasing the neck, massaging the back of the head into the mat. And gently stretch everything out. And we're going to come over into our 4-point kneel to get ready for rest pose. Take your toes together, knees wide, press your sit bones back into the heels. Now we're going to have this as an active stretch, so keep reaching your arms into the mat as your sit bones reach back. So keep the spine lengthening long. Take an inhale here. We're going to walk our hands over to one side. Press the opposite hip and the opposite armpit down, so you're stretching along one side of the body. Take your breaths. Gently walk through the middle and over to the other side, pressing the opposite hip down into the foot, the opposite armpit down into the mat, and feel that stretch all along the spine, even up into those shoulder blades, your lower back. Just depends on where you're tight. And gently move back into the middle. Stretch here. And we're going to slowly move into child's pose. So we squeeze our knees together and our arms sweep out to the side and behind us. Your palms are up to the ceiling. You rest your head on your mat and you release your arms. Don't hold on to any tension. Let the shoulders shrug forward, let them go up to the ears. Release the triceps, release the biceps. Let the fingers be soft. Inhale and exhale, release a little more. Inhale and exhale. Take a moment for yourself. Thank you so much for joining me today. For this bonus stretch today, you will need a lounge or even a chair. You're going to come into that 90-90 lunge, take your foot up onto the lounge and lift yourself up from there. You are on your kneecap, so just make sure that you are on a soft surface. The closer your knee is to the lounge or the chair, the harder it becomes. So if you need to, you can come down, wriggle your foot forward. Remember, we need that knee over the ankle, and just take the knee away from the chair. Gently lift yourself up. Keep the belly tight. This is quite intense on the quadriceps and the hip flexors. And change to the other side. Take the hands down to the mat. However you need to, bringing the knee close or taking the knee wide. Remember to squeeze the glutes and tuck the pelvis for more of an intense stretch. Ensuring that knee's over the ankle, wherever you are. I hope you had a lovely stretch today, ladies. Thank you so much for watching.
Hi everyone, I'm Elise. Thank you for joining Pilates with Elise. If you liked this workout video, please hit the subscribe button below for more weekly videos. And also give me a follow on Instagram at Pilates with Elise. Thank you and have a happy, energized day.